What makes Rüfüs du Sol so great? I've spent more than 10 hours to come up with the top 5 things that made them such an iconic act in electronic music, so you can start applying these things in your songs and eventually start making better tracks as well. But before we begin, let me know over here in the comments below which is your favorite song from Rüfüs du Sol. Mine is Inner Bloom, but let me know yours over here in the comments below and let's get started with this video. Let's go! Rüfüs du Sol has a signature sound, or a vibe, and that is in the root of their music. For example, in the song called Inner Bloom, if you listen to the chords of the song, instead of being something that is static, it's something that wobbles a lot, often imperfect, and that makes the song really analog, as you can listen over here. Could you hear the kind of imperfections in the chord? And that is something that, in addition to foley's and noises that they add in the song, which is typical from analog gear, makes the song feel a bit more analog and cozy, as you can listen also in the song called On My Knees. Could you hear that shh in the background? And that's essentially what makes Rüfüs du Sol who they are. Essentially, they are a band that plays electronic music, and their music go as far as what they can play live, in addition to what they can do with analog gear in the live performances as well. For example, the percussions of Rüfüs du Sol are all played live, as you can see in this video over here.
And again, a much more tactile way of playing the sounds. It's very visually obvious, and it looks like, you know, at the end of the day, we're a band, so we want to play as much as we possibly can.
But why should you care about this? Well, essentially, this is what describes Rüfüs du Sol, and you need to find something that describes your music. And then you might ask me, Leo, should I just stop what I'm doing and just look for my signature sound then? Well, not necessarily. Most often than not, your signature sound finds you more than you find it. You need to keep experimenting and keep trying new sounds in your song, and that's essentially how you eventually find your characteristic sound. However, your signature sound doesn't matter if you can convert your signature sound into a story, and that takes us to our next point in this video. Now that you have a vibe and a signature sound, it's time to transform this into a song, and especially nowadays it's all about making them dynamic. But if you listen to Rüfüs du Sol songs, they all follow a pattern. They normally don't grow as much, and their sections are normally really similar to each other, which is something that is not so common in melodic house and melodic techno. Listen, for example, to the first chorus of Underwater. Now to the second chorus of it. And now to the third chorus. They are all the same, right? And then you can ask me, Leo, didn't things have to grow and move to be dynamic in the song, right? Well, yes, and they do move a lot in Rüfüs songs, but they move differently in there. Instead of moving a lot through the elements like melodic house and melodic techno, they move a lot through the structure of the song, which essentially makes the song dynamic. If you look over here in Ableton, you're gonna see 4 songs broken down into sections, and you're gonna see that the longest parts of the song are the intros and the last drops of the song, but they normally don't go as far as 24 bars. And if you look within the first intro and the last drop, you can see that every section has from 8 bars to 16 bars. So at most in 16 bars, everything is going to change and provoke something different in the song, which makes it dynamically and essentially not repetitive, which is essentially what this is all about. Now that we know the vibe that they're going after and how they're structuring their songs, it's time to start putting characters in their songs. And let's start with the pink elephant in the room, which are the vocals. As a band, the vocals are present in almost all the songs from Rüfüs du Sol, as you can listen over here in the song called Next to Me. Such a characteristic vocal, it's almost like a trademark for Rüfüs du Sol. And the vocals come really early in the song, and they normally stay throughout the whole song, which has a curious consequence. In most of their songs, you don't hear many leads, and when you do, it's normally complementing the vocal either by doing a question and response, as you can listen in the song called No Place, or just complementing the vocal, as you can listen in the song called Inner Bloom. You can hear the lead really complementing the vocal, and that's why it's there, essentially to make something different and also to make the vocal spotlight even more. This makes the song more dynamic and essentially more interesting, and essentially for In a Bloom, which is a 9-minute song, it makes the song a lot more dynamic. But that doesn't really matter without their supporting elements, which we're gonna cover in the next point of this video. Different than many electronic songs, their songs have mainly plucky basses, and normally they have a lot of space within the bass notes, as you can listen over here in the song called Next to Me. Could you hear how there's a lot of space between the bass notes? And you can hear the same kind of vibe in the song called Inner Bloom. And it's funny how in Inner Bloom, in the second part of the drop, they change the vibe completely while still keeping the plucky rhythm of the bass, as you can listen over here. These elements will help support the vocal mainly, and in addition to that, it creates change in the song while also not making it crowded, because again, they're reaching for a chiller and more analog kind of feel. But when they want to make their songs a bit more aggressive in the low end, you can hear a lot of brass stabs, which essentially makes the low end a lot fuller, as you can listen in the song called All My Knees. And you can hear a lot of pads in their songs, which have a lot of instability and essentially a lot of other analog elements like pianos and a lot of ear candy as well. But the songs are normally not super busy. And you might ask me, why? Well, first, they are enough to give that analog kind of vibe that they want. And essentially adding more elements could feel like overstuffing the song. And second, since they are a live act, adding more elements could feel a bit fake because there simply aren't enough hands to play any more elements. So why even bother? Essentially, when adding your supporting elements, they need to contribute to the main element of the song, whatever the lead or the vocal, while not making the song busy, which is what Rüfüs du Sol does with perfection in their songs. If any of your elements feel a bit too dissonant or makes the song a bit too crowded, consider taking it out, because it could not be adding anything else and could be just crowding your song, which is definitely something that you don't want. But now we need to talk about their live acts. Playing live is something that is in the core of Rüfüs du Sol, and this dictates not only how they play their music, but also how they make their music. And different from graphics and avatars, their shows are about 3 guys playing instruments and delivering a show, essentially like a band would play, right? And if you don't agree that they are a band, you can even see them saying that they are a band in this video over here.
You know, at the end of the day, we're a band, so we want to play as much as we possibly can.
By playing all the songs completely live, this makes the show even more interactive and the experience even more immersive. And essentially, this makes your fans love your shows, as you can see in all these comments that I've seen in a Reddit post that I recently found online. And that not only translates into shows, but it also translates into the streaming numbers as well. With over 6 million monthly listeners, they are bigger than Deadmau5, Above and Beyond, Anima, and a lot of other bigger acts. And that's because their songs are so unique, which makes the listening experience also more memorable as well. But what can you take from this, and how can you take what they're doing and apply to your songs? Well, instead of just making one-off songs that are not really connected to each other, you can start thinking about your brand and what is the message that you as an artist want to pass to your fans. And when you start delivering your message through your sound selection and making amazing songs and amazing stories with your songs, and eventually translating this into amazing and an immersive live performance, this will make your fans engage a lot more with you and with your songs, and essentially bumping your streaming numbers, which can make you start playing gigs and also tour the world and also become a huge act like Rüfüs du Sol. But now, if you want to see how you can start making better melodic house songs, you can see this video over here, which is an in-depth analysis of Ben Bomer, or you can see this video over here, which is an in-depth analysis of Anima, which is one of the biggest acts in melodic techno. I hope you like this video, and I hope to see you soon in the next Abstrakt video next week. Ciao.